What if I told you the real problem isn't your brain, but the way you've trained it to work? Most people believe intelligence has limits, that you're either born smart or you're not, and when thinking feels difficult, they assume something is wrong with them. But the truth is simpler and more uncomfortable. Your brain isn't weak, it's just adapted to the environment you put it in. For thousands of years, deep thinking was normal. Today, constant stimulation is, and the brain always becomes good at whatever it practices most. So if your mind feels scattered, unfocused, or slow, that isn't failure, that's training. We've trained our brains to react, not to think. We assume getting smarter means consuming more information, more videos, more explanations, more content. But neuroscience shows the opposite. The brain becomes stronger when it's forced to operate without input, when there's silence, when there's nothing to scroll, nothing to watch, nothing to absorb, and you're left alone with your own thoughts. This is when deeper systems of the brain activate, the ones responsible for insight, abstraction, and long-term reasoning. Most people never reach this state because the moment boredom appears, they escape it. But that discomfort you feel when there's nothing to consume isn't emptiness, it's your brain waking up and demanding effort. We've also been taught that struggle means low intelligence, when in reality, struggle is how intelligence is built. The brain doesn't grow when answers arrive instantly. It grows when it tries, fails, adjusts, and tries again. That process strengthens deep neural pathways, the kind that create real understanding instead of temporary familiarity. Easy learning feels good, but it fades quickly. Effort feels slow and frustrating, but it changes how the brain is wired. If learning always feels comfortable, it's probably not changing you at all. Another reason people feel stuck is that they keep their thinking trapped in their head. Real thinking happens when ideas are forced out, onto paper, into notes, into rough explanations. Writing isn't about recording information, it's about exposing gaps. The moment you try to write or explain something, confusion becomes visible. Weak ideas collapse and clarity starts forming. That discomfort isn't a sign of stupidity, it's the exact moment your thinking becomes sharper. Most people also confuse intelligence with knowing facts, but intelligence is about seeing connections. A powerful mind doesn't just collect information, it builds systems. When ideas from different areas begin to connect, the brain becomes flexible. This flexibility allows you to solve new problems, adapt faster, and think clearly in unfamiliar situations. That's why people who learn across disciplines often outperform specialists in complex thinking. Their brain isn't heavier with facts. It's better at movement. And finally, intelligence doesn't grow through constant pressure. It grows through rhythm. The brain upgrades itself during rest, not exhaustion. Sleep, movement, silence, even boredom. These aren't distractions from thinking, they're essential to it. A brain that's always stimulated never reorganizes. A brain that's always stressed never recovers. You don't need more motivation to think better. You need better conditions for thinking. Here's the truth most people never hear. Your brain is already capable of more than you think, but it becomes exactly what you repeatedly ask it to be. Train it for distraction, and it will crave distraction. Train it for shallow input, and depth will feel painful. Train it for effort, silence, and connection, and it will become sharp. You don't need hacks, you need better habits, because your brain is capable of more. You're just using it wrong.